Hi, lovelies. Welcome back. This week, I want to talk about an insight that I had a few days ago. And like most insights, it's not, I mean, most of my insights now are completely new things that I've never thought of or saw or realized before. But they're just like being hit on the head again by truth, is what it feels like. It's like I kind of wander off in my life a bit, get a bit lost, and then when I'm least expecting it, truth comes back to say, hey, there's something you're missing here. So that's what happened on Wednesday. It was just me going about my life, and truth said, hey, there's something you're missing here. And what is actually was missing for me, and this is going to sound so silly, like even as I think about making a video on this, I'm like, this is going to be ridiculous, because as somebody who shares this understanding, most people would think that forgetting one of the principles is kind of silly. But what had happened is I realized that I was forgetting about the power of mind. And it just totally hit me over the head. Like, oh my God. Because I have spent, probably the last week really pondering what the heck I'm going to do about, reconciling this understanding with the current climate and ecological emergency we're facing. And it really looked like, as so often our problems look like, it looks like it's on us. It really looks like it's on us. It's something that we have to figure out with our intellect, with our willpower, with our discipline, with our strength, with our educational background. So that's kind of where I was going. I was like, well, I just need to read more, and I need to listen to, some really wise people, intellectuals on podcasts, stuff like that. Like that's the direction I was going, very much in the world of form and very much in the world of I must already have the answer, somebody must already have the answer, but totally forgetting about the intelligence that literally runs the entire universe. That probably doesn't have the answer. It's got to be in this book that was written, 25 years ago or whatever. So that's something that I've spent the last week really kind of immersed in. And then to kind of realize Wednesday night, oh my God, I have forgotten literally one of the principles. I have forgotten in my mind, what makes this conversation so powerful and worth talking about and worth sharing and worth listening to and worth looking into and worth basically everything that I've done around it is because of the power of mind. And to me, the power of mind just means there's something bigger and smarter than me that knows how to do what I don't know how to do. That's really what it comes down to. And so I've seen this in a personal example, yesterday, Thursday, was doing my yoga practice, and I was kind of stuck in a posture, and kind of not like physically stuck in a posture, but like mentally stuck about this posture. And it dawned on me, like, well, I have the power of mind. I don't have to figure out what I'm going to do here. It's going to be figured out for me. And sure enough, it occurred to me that there was something that a way that I could place my weight in a different place in the posture that would allow it to, instead of being a struggle, be something that is actually kind of easy and a nice shape to be in my body. And so that was another example where it's like, whether we're talking about the micro or the macro, whether it's as simple as like, I'm struggling with this crescent lunge, or something much bigger, like how the fuck are we going to transition to a society that actually stops killing us and the planet and everyone around us and goes to be in harmony with nature and in harmony with life and in harmony of love instead of against those. No matter what scale we're looking at it on, it's so tempting to think, well, I have to already know the answers. It's just my mind and it has to be somewhere in the database, so let me go back and look at it. But what I'm starting to see is there's so much joy in realizing, oh my God, it's not on me. Like, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do what I'm inclined to do, but it's not on me to have had the answers in my university training or in the podcast I listen to or in anything. It's like, no, I can just kind of chill and trust that the same thing that is digesting my food right now and beating my heart and breathing my lungs and, puts me to sleep every night and wakes me up every morning and basically runs the show, can also give me answers about how we make, fundamental changes in our economic system, our political system, our social systems, what is needed, what we can relinquish, what we can restore, what we can return. Like, these are the questions I've been sitting with, thinking the answer is outside of the intelligence of the entire universe. And it's not. And that's exactly where these answers come from. And it's not to bash the world of form or bash, education or learning. Like, I love all that stuff. I'm a nerd. I love just like painting and listening to podcasts. To me, that's like a great way to spend an afternoon. But even as I'm listening to these podcasts, I'm like, well, they too are not separate from the power of mind. They work the same way. They have the same universal principles going for them. So they too, with what they're sharing, were answers that came from beyond their limited database, beyond just the stuff that we think we should know and do know and must know. And we just have to get stronger and more disciplined about, uncovering it or finding it or articulating it. And it's like, no, there's something bigger at play here. So yeah, on Wednesday, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, I've been kind of so focused, as is so easy to do, focus on this conversation in terms of levels of consciousness and the fact that we have unlimited potential for new thought. And these things are true and these things are valid and these things are valuable. But when we forget about the power of mind and we forget that there's something bigger than us, greater than us, that is doing the heavy lifting, basically, that's running the show. I'm not responsible. I don't know how to digest food or, sleep and breathe at the same time. If it was up to my little mind, it wouldn't get done. But fortunately, it's not up to my little mind. There's a greater mind, a greater intelligence, a greater energy that is doing the main work. And then I can just kind of sit back and do my part when it occurs to me to do something. So again, like all insights, maybe this is something that you realized for yourself. Maybe this is something that you needed a reminder of. Or maybe this is like totally new to you. You're like, holy fuck, I too have been spending so much time looking at thought and consciousness, and I haven't seen that the real power, the real beauty of this conversation comes in the fact that we are not just these individual little human creatures that have to figure everything out and do everything and kind of carry the weight of the world on us and our little minds and our little intellects. Like, we can relax back into an ocean of the unknown, an ocean of all of the potential and all of the possibilities and all of the answers and all of the solutions and all of the stuff, whether it's on a micro or macro scale, that we don't see today, but just like that, we have the power to see tomorrow, because there's something there that we're tuned into. There's something there that we're made of. There's something there that we're connected to that's so much bigger than us. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Always, I love hearing from you guys. So please leave any comments or questions or requests, anything that you want me to talk about in these videos. Leave them below in the comments. I will do my best to address them. And I just love being here with you guys, so thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. New videos every Friday, and I will be back with you next week. So take care. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.